So what is going on right now in the cosmos on an energetic level? Let's take a quick moment to tap into that. So we know that the age of Aquarius is here. We are living, we have incarnated at the age of Aquarius, right? So I want to remind you that everything that's going on right now is related to the age of Aquarius. What is Aquarius about, right? Well, Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus. The symbol of Uranus is lightning, right? When lightning strikes, it clears away everything that was there before. It's a clearing energy. It's an awakening energy. It brings us into higher timelines. The purpose of everything Aquarian is to awaken, is to liberate, right? Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius does not continue to follow the old regime just because it always did so, right? And so it's very much related to tapping into into our inner truth, right? It's about breaking free from the old way, the old guard, the old systems that told you had to think and behave in a certain way. No, right? We are meant to rule and govern ourselves according to the higher spiritual laws of the universe, right? Not the lower old guard rules that were made to dominate and control humans. Okay. So as this world is continuing to go through what has been predicted for hundreds and thousands of years, right? The great deconstruction, the tower moment, right? I would say we're not quite at the height of the tower moment. I would say that the tower moment is going to continue to intensify, right? The crumbling of the old guard is underway. It may not look like that on the surface, but that's part of the power of this moment, right? Is what are you going to pay attention to? Are you going to pay attention to what you see on the news? Are you going to pay attention to this massive wave of awakening that is taking place around the world, right? As reality continues to be more and more destabilized, these events are triggering a mass awakening. It happened back during COVID, right? More and more people are waking up because as the world as they knew it, is being removed right in front of them, they're starting to question reality in new ways. And that is causing the awakening. And that's why we're in a very accelerated time of awakening and higher consciousness. So just a few thoughts on the eagle's eye perspective of what is taking place as I come from my beach walk and have some adorable Haitian children zoom by me, racing back and forth on the sidewalk. So I'd love to know your thoughts. How are you making sense of this time? How are you feeling? How are you managing to care for your nervous system? How are you managing to stay centered and self-regulated? How are you managing to contribute to the good of the whole by tending to your frequency? What are you consuming? Right? Not just in terms of news, but in terms of substances, right? Substances that can elevate our frequency and take us into a higher vibrational experience, or substances that can destabilize or weigh down our frequency. What are we consuming, not just in terms of the news, but our own thoughts? What thoughts are we consuming, either through our own mind or through conversations with others? How discerning are we being with the conversations we're allowing ourselves to entertain? You know, a lot of people seem to think that staying away from politics is almost like selfish or spiritual bypassing. I beg to differ. I used to work in politics. I know what the game is. Getting pulled into that world does nothing to help anyone. What helps is vibrating the frequency of peace and coherence by helping to regulate the universe by how we vibrate energetically. And so it is.